So from the outside, this looks to be a pretty seamless transition as Dave, you're retiring, Lionel taking over. Is it that simple? Is it that seamless as one coach is just going to take over for the next?
Well, I mean, it's yet to be seen, but I think so. We've been talking, Lionel's been helping us for 3 years. It's really apparent that he is ready to be a varsity head coach. It's really apparent that he's got all the tools that you need to be good at it. I have a new role at school this year as a principal of the middle school and high school. And so before the year started, I talked to a few people and said, hey, this is what I'd like to have happen. What do you think? And we made it happen. And so he had his first meeting with his guys today, just kind of talking about, you know, what's expected over the next weeks and things. So yeah, I think it'll be as seamless as what it seems.
Lionel, 21 years ago, you graduated Emmanuel, went off to West Virginia to play. Did you think your path was going to bring you back here?
Probably the last thing on my mind. I ended up coming back, like you said, 3 years ago just to help out and got offered a physical education teaching job. Kind of stuck around and just landed here as a coach. Everything that I've learned from him as a player and when he was my coach some odd years ago, I got to kind of revisit for these 3 years, combined with my playing experience, and brought us to this point to where I think I'm ready.
I just want you to know I was a really good coach when I got to coach Lionel.
Absolutely.
So, like, whatever happened the other times, but he was great.
20-some years, over 600 games coaching, and with Lionel on the Warriors team, you guys had a lot of success. You guys made a deep run in the postseason. Emmanuel's been one of those schools that's kind of floated in and out of the OHSAA, back in the OHSAA currently. But that's been one of the interesting dynamics about this school, about this athletic program, is the fact that you've always drawn from Michigan as well as Ohio, and that's kind of given some friction with the OHSAA over years.
Well, initially, we really didn't know we were in violation. We were only in for a couple years, found out we were, went to the OHSAA and pretty much found out that there wasn't anything we could do. So we, and I think they were happy, not that we got out, but that we were, you know, we would understand that we were violating the bylaws and moved away. We were already members of the TAC, and that allowed for us to, the TAC allowed for us to stay in, knowing that we had some kids from Michigan and things. Over the years, what's happened is that we've drawn less from Michigan, and the kids that we do draw from Michigan are here from the elementary on, and I think the 4th grade is when you have to be here by. And so we've just started to promote that, to tell people, hey, if you're here by 4th grade, you're good for athletics. If you're not, then you can come to our school, but you can't participate. So that's worked out pretty well. We haven't lost kids over that, and we've been in, I think, since the 15-16 school year is when we were officially in. We had a year of probation and things, but we feel like it's a good fit for us to be in. It's good for our conference affiliation that we're in. When everything went to MyOSHA and everything online, it was good for our school that we were in. So that's why we made the switch back.
Lionel, going forward, how important is it for Emmanuel to stay in the OHSAA?
I mean, I think it's very important, especially for competition. We were talking, you know, before we started this interview, and the TAC is one of the best, you know, conferences in the area right now. You know, so we can get the guys to buy into what we're kind of trying to do with this process. I think we can end up being competitive and actually, you know, trying to make an advance in the tournament.
Why do you guys think the TAC has gotten so much better, particularly in basketball in the last several years?
Well, I would say because I don't think guys are trying to run to that Division I school. It's proven that you can get to college without playing Division I in high school. So guys are kind of funneling 2, 3, even Division IV now. And we kind of landed some pretty good guys in the recent years, and I think it's just improving.
I mean, people stay in at schools, and you know, we haven't had a lot of loss. There are good programs in our league. Ottawa Hills is always very good. John Lindsay's one of the best coaches ever. Dave McWinney's really good at Toledo Christian. And you know, Jamie and Rob do a great job, and even Alan Drake, those guys, everybody's program has gotten better. And so that's why our league's better in basketball.